Hey everybody, welcome to this month's question of the month. You know what to do. If you've got a question, go to yoganatomy.com/my question. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. All right, this month's question of the month comes from Geeta. Geeta says, hello, thank you for all your work in bringing a deep analysis of the science of anatomy to the yoga practice. You're welcome. I have been practicing yoga for more than 3 years now and still cannot manage any version of forward fold, standing or seated. My back is always rounded, as I believe my hips and hamstrings are super tight, thus my barrier. Can you explain the anatomy in action here, and what is my best approach to improve? Okay. Good question. Geeta, you didn't say how often you practice. You're practicing every day, 6 days a week? What level of intensity are you practicing? Because when you show up with really tight hips, that's general. Hamstrings, more specific, which could come from genetics, or, if you know me, converging histories. And if you don't know about my converging history story, then you should buy a copy of Functional Anatomy of Yoga, where I talk about this. Are there other activities that you do on a regular basis that are adding to the tightness in your hips and hamstrings in general? If so, that's going to be part of what's impeding you from being able to do your forward bends. So you need to factor that in. You need to look outside of practice. What are you doing that's affecting this or preventing it from progressing? Frequency of practice. How often you practice. Are you doing 1 day a week class, 3 day a week class, 5 day a week class, 6 day a week? 6 days a week. It's going to be best for those really tight hips and hamstrings. And then there's intensity. You know, depending on your body type, constitution, you know, you might have to lean in and, let's say, I dare say, try harder. Doesn't mean forever. It doesn't mean without skillfulness. It doesn't mean that we're talking about no pain, no gain kind of stuff. But you might have to stay longer in the postures. That's one way of increasing intensity. It doesn't mean you just go really hard. Okay, so you have to factor all of these things in. I think everybody is familiar enough with, if you have tight hamstrings, it's hard to forward bend and it rounds your spine at this point. There's no magic trick to releasing those hamstrings. I wish there were. I wish there were. In 3 years, again, depending how often you've been practicing, 3 years is not that long. But if you've seen no progress, I have a feeling it's going to be a matter of frequency, intensity. Right? I don't mean intensity in the most negative way. Just to be clear for all of you people who are going to put comments in there that I'm promoting hurting yourself or something, God knows. And in terms of the hips, meaning when I hear hips, I think outside of hips. Are you running? Are you cycling? Are you walking long distances on a regular basis? All of which are good things. They're not bad things. But keep in mind that those are also going to be counterproductive potentially when you're starting and needing to open the hamstrings for forward bending. Right? It's those two in relationship, not generally speaking. All right, those are my guesses based on what you wrote. I hope that helps. And for everybody, you know, sometimes it's about putting in the time and even questioning what it is you're going to achieve if your spine is not rounded. Just saying. I know, anatomically, it's not nice to see. And sure, can compress discs and all kinds of stuff potentially, so we do want to be careful with it. All right, Geeta, I hope I gave you some stuff to think about in this one. If you've got a question you want me to answer, yoganatomy.com/my question.